It's your boy. And he smiled because I didn't know. I gotta make sure that my gain is correct. 1 second. Go. All right. Gun time. Them wide-eyed boys that had been away. Thanks, Cosmic. We're making a new gun today. This is an old gun, which we're going to hide. Driving all the old man crazy. Okay. We need a gun for Idris for episode 2. So that's what we're going to do today. Starting off with nothing. But I do have April's gun in the same scene because April's gun was made by the same company that Idris's gun is made from. So we're going to borrow from some of the visual inspiration and colors. I have a rough idea of kind of what I want in my head, but I don't have any concept art or anything or any reference or anything. So we're just going to wing it, as we always do. So that is the plan for today. And we're just going to get rocking. The only thing about this that I know that what I want is the barrel of the gun. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Those are beveling like I want them to, so we're going to cheese it a little bit here. Whoops. 12 is the number I want. Okay. That's more like what I'm after. There we go. That's what we're looking for, baby. This is hot, baby. This is hot. Very cool. Very swag. Cool. That's all I have in mind. So let's figure it out, yeah? Mm-hmm. How's it going, Teacup? This thing is so cool. I wanna feel like beautiful starlight. I wanna cry like rain is coming down. How's it going, Triggered Floof? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Making a cheeky gun here. That would be cool. Heck yeah. Making a cheeky little gun here. Which I don't expect to take too long. How's it going, Valentine? Rat Muncher, what's poppin'? Just got up? Heck yeah. I kind of just got up myself. Not really. But we here. Big bass that you see, that's shit I wanna see. Hardcore all the time, 909 worldwide. Still drinking my coffee. Don't mind the fact that I woke up at 2. Jeez. I am an early riser, that's for sure. Because if I don't rise early, then I can't animate before work. And what fun is that? I've heard really good things about Balatro. Do you have to already know how to play poker or like poker to play that game? Because I don't know squat about poker. Yeah, big bass in the scene. That's what I want to see. Gotcha. Looks like a car exhaust. It's a gun. It is a single barrel, double barrel shotgun. It's a mix between. Let me Google it. I can see it in my head. What do you even call this? Muscle car engine? Like when the engine pops out of the hood? You know what I mean? No, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I want. It's like this, but not this one. Not with the three things. It's one of the solid ones, you know? I swear I can see it in my head. It's like this. It's like this thing. I don't know what you call that. I want one that's shaped. I want that one that's like that, but shaped like this one. You know what I mean? It's like this. This is the Brain Blast inspiration is this thing. And it's going to be like tall, like a tall profile, almost like a hot rod engine. Air intake, there you go. The blower. Sure, you guys know more about cars than I do. One of those things. That's kind of like the inspiration of like the profile of the gun. And then it's like as though it were a double barrel shotgun, but it's got that car imagery. I'm probably going to shorten the barrel a little bit. It's going to be like, it's going to be cool. It's almost, honestly, I was about to say it's almost done. It's not almost done, but it's so far along. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It's for Idris here. And it's going to be made by the same company as April's Hanzo Yari, so it's going to get a similar color profile. And we're probably going to steal some of these like screws and stuff. But yeah, it's getting there. His whole vibe is very like bulky and tall, and his gun is going to match that. Like this gun is going to be freaking the size of April herself, but he's going to handle it like a pro because he's just so huge. Oh, but engines, not cars. Fair enough. What if we kept it that long? I think it would be funny. Yeah, it will be. I want it to be practical for close combat because he's going to be doing some fighting. And it can't be long enough that... Because he's so big. He's so big that if his combatant is right here, because they're so tiny, like he is... Like Torque is like this tall. So if his combatant is that close, like the long barrel's just like already this one's like a little long, like it might even become like a sawed off like tiny thing. Either way, it looks pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm winging this one because all I had in mind was like the hot rod blower thing is cool. How can I like incorporate that sort of profile? And that's literally all we've got in terms of a concept for this gun. We're winging it from there. Catch if you fall. And we're gonna rob pieces of this. I don't think I need any now, but I will take the trigger. Thank you. Thinking you could live without me. Trigger gaming. And then we're going to make the handle. And then I'm going to connect them. I know nothing about guns. I quite frankly know nothing about anything. So we're going to keep YOLOing it till the day is done. That's what we've always done. And that's what we're going to continue to do. So you can take advantage of me. Okay. In theory, the barrel or the stock is going to come out of here. I don't think I want the stock to be attached for this gun because that seems a little off-brand for this company. Do you want facts about guns that will help you? I think I'm okay. I feel like I feel like knowing the facts can sometimes be limiting. Sometimes it's helpful, for sure. Because sometimes it lets you kind of like, it kind of makes some decisions for you. But I'm going to consider myself, I'm going to make this as though I'm an audience member, right? And not everyone in the audience knows about guns. So if I go with what I know about guns, which is very little, then I'm going to get across the fundamentals of what makes it look good, because those are the things the audience knows. That's how you end up with gun experts in the comments going, "What the frick? Doesn't make any sense." And it's like, totally respect it. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm not here to make sense, baby. I'm here to make good cartoons. I just think it'd be cool if the future we have a character pull up. I like that. Taking a flight later to return to the United States and I'll do some animating and modeling. Heck yeah. How's it going, Game Challenger Wolf? Where are you now, Chris? The Chris. How's it going, Cercinio? Are Torque and April stronger than humans? Yeah, they are. Which you'll see coming up. It's not all gonna be fun and racing. We got some combat and violence coming up, for better or worse. So we're gonna get a good little window into how powerful some of these characters are, and how powerful some of these characters are relative to one another, which should be interesting. The freaking motion capture one was so crazy. Rejected. Classic. Okay. Bum. Gonna get his hand posture going so we can continue to model based on how he's actually going to be holding it. Doesn't need to be a universal fit because he's the only character that's going to hold it. So I'm just going to quickly pose him. This is a shotgun or a railgun? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a shotgun. Honestly, there's some guns that are designed with a ton of intent in place for certain like choreography and stuff. So like for April, I've already got a bunch of plans for her choreography. So the gun was made very intentionally. This gun is not being made very intentionally. So like I don't have a ton of choreography planned preemptively for this character. I have choreography planned for the characters around them, which is how I designed their kits. But basically, we're going to start animating with this character, and we're going to go with whatever kind of calls to me. So whether or not this thing will shoot like slugs or like a railgun, or if it'll shoot like shotgun pellets will kind of be determined when we get there. Because it's important to plan things, and it's important not to get hung up on the nitty-gritty things that aren't really going to make a difference when you conceptualize stuff. And this is one of those things where it's like, I'll make the canon decision of what this thing fires when it fires, and I'll go, okay, that would be cool, and kind of go from there. So when he holds the gun, it's going to be something like that. And now we can continue to model. Are these new characters, dude? This character was featured at the very end of the pilot episode, but there will be new characters in episode 2. How's it going, Will? Portraying the character. Yeah, that show was wild. How much can Torque and April lift since they're much stronger than humans? I don't really know. I don't really know. But they can withstand a lot. I know that. Dude, speaking of cool new characters, I don't know if any of you guys have watched the new segment on the channel with Damper, but oh my goodness, my friend Wizard Wagon on Twitter made a Damper fan art. Look at this. Look at how gangster this is. Let's freaking go. That's some swag, dude. This little drawing of Flip is so freaking good. How's it going, Lexi? Yeah. Wizard Wagon on Twitter. Wizards Wagon on Twitter. Go check him out. Cool guy stuff. Cool guy stuff. Yeah, there's actually been a lot of fan art from the series made already, which is so cool. So cool. Spaces between us. The way that this connecting is no bueno, but we're gonna make it something special. Just trying to get the silhouette figured out, and then we're going to make this have a little bit more character. The gun is definitely goofy, but it's fun. It's pretty fun. Okay, we need our little trigger chamber because that's going to help with the silhouette. I'm trying to do a weird thing right now. Right now, the way that my brain works is I need something creative to be thinking about, like while I'm not working, and then I need something, and then I need to work, right? So currently, I'm writing the script for my next project after Skifters. And I'm not really writing the script, I guess. I'm more just like developing the technology and developing like the questions of like, what do I want to make and what's the style going to be like before I start writing. And I have this like style in my mind of like what kind of tech I want and what kind of weapons I want and what kind of stuff do I want to do, you know? So now I'm developing this gun and I'm trying not to get baited into like make it like the artistic styles I've been swirling around in my brain for the last little while, because now I'm like all stoked to model stuff that's like not Skifters style. So I'm trying to make sure that this is not falling into that category. brain works. It does. How's it going? Eyes with legs. I'm always doing the cool thing. Can the fingers fit through the hole? Let's find out. Yeah. Booyah. If anything, there's a little too much space in there. There is a problem. I haven't talked about it yet, but there is a problem that we're having with this gun. It's missing something, and what that's missing is, and when I say missing, I mean this is more of a it's not really missing anything in terms of like, you know, technically speaking. But here we have the barrel, which I really like. Really like this strong profile. This is going to be iconic. Okay. Then we got this cool sight, which I'm going to put a little holographic, like a red dot, but it'll be kind of weird. Right? We got this break action thing, which is functional because we need our gun to break action open so we can reload it. So we'll get to that. We've got that set out. We have a handle that fits with the character's hand, which is great. But in terms of the general feel of how this gun is going to be used, it looks really small. It looks really pathetic. I want the profile to be more like this, which is kind of ridiculous. But that's what we're going to try to push this toward, is something more like that. I don't know what that's going to look like or what that's going to persist of, but I want it to have much more weight, as is with the character. When I made this gun, we did a similar thing where we started building these pieces. I liked this little Hot Wheels thing, like the little Hot Wheels, like shooting the bullet. I like this like frumpy, like big handle. It's like way too big than it needs to be. I like different pieces of this gun. I really like this big loading chamber. And then we had to like put them all together. And that's where we kind of like make the profile a little bit more interesting. So now we need to do that with this gun. I don't know what that looks like, but this is too small. I'm not saying that I don't know what to do. I know what to do. I'm just explaining the process of like what I'm going to do next is bulkify whatever I've got going on before we get to the nitty gritty of texturing it and cleaning it up, if that makes sense. How's it going, Worry Man? Oh. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, now that we've seen it like this, you can see what I'm talking about. When I delete this, the slimness here is a little too slim. So we're gonna bump everything up a little bit, and more so than anything, we're gonna get something going on in the middle here that's gonna bring things to light a little bit better. So let's do that. I'm gonna move this, and that means we're probably gonna move these. This eventually is probably gonna come back onto whatever's back here. It's gonna come up to be something like that. By moving stuff like this handle back, I can bring more of the weight into the middle here. So another thing that we can do is we can give this a bit more to work with. And already, You can see how we're kind of achieving our goal. Hot topic. Invaders emerge. I like the idea of him holding his hands really close together. Like in theory, this would be extended and he could put his hands on that. But rather, this gun could be a lot more like stumpy and tall. And then he'd keep his hands really close, which would change the pacing of how he would reload it a little bit. But that's okay. Something more like that. Then we can continue to bulkify this. We could also, we've been robbing pieces of April's gun because they're the same brand. We could also rob this stumpy thing. See what this looks like if we just like kind of shove it into this being. As if it were something like that. I like it. Looks like it doesn't have a clip because it's break action, but it almost looks like it's giving the profile of a clip, even though it's just a handle. I like that. I like it. So he'd hold it super close, almost like it's a pistol. And then he'd have to reload it a different way. But what we could do is if he's holding it with two hands, right? I'm not gonna pose it out. It's just gonna be a nightmare. Hold up. Hold up. It's your boy. I have a pool noodle, which is my gun today. Typically, you'd hold a gun postured like this, right? But he's so big. He's so big. And his demeanor is very, like, good posture, strong. He's like a businessman, right? That's kind of his whole vibe. So in theory, instead of having his back arched and his shoulder down, he could be standing up tall, which you notice is bringing my hand up closer to my other one. So he's almost going to like fire it like it's a little tiny thing. And then what could be cool visuals is he's postured like this. He fires it, and then he takes this hand off and just like smacks it. Smacks the break action open and reloads it, big game hunter style, and then like flips it back up, and then he's like postured like this again. He's always like standing up straight, pow, 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 shooting down at these little characters. Cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Jesse, we have to cook. Whoa. I use it unit double barrel. Thanks. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. I use this to help with my posture. I don't have any like I have a crummy spine. So I put this behind my back, which acts as lumbar support. That sits me up. But yeah, this is my office. This is where I do my stuff. This is where I do my voice acting stuff. You guys can see my Prismo rug down there. And then I got all my like soundproofing. I guess you can see it behind me. because this is where I do my voice acting as well, is in this little nook, if you will. Yeah, but that's what the pool noodle is like. How would you handle the recoil, or is it just that much conscious, just space tech? There's a little bit. There's a couple different things there. You could argue it's space tech. You could argue whatever. I want this to be tall. I want this gun to be tall like this. This site is in a pretty good spot. You could argue a lot of things. What I feel like is happening is he's just so big. I gave him this really broad shoulders, really like massive, and he's just gonna like, it's gonna sound crazy, but he's gonna just handle it like a champ because he's just gigantic. What I'm also planning to do is this little thing is going to emit like a little pinpoint like star that's going to match up with this. It's going to have like really tall raised sights, which is also going to widen the profile a lot. I would argue that we can even make this a little bit chunkier. Yeah, definitely can. Which means that this has to become bigger as well. Yeah, we are getting somewhere, people. This is starting to look like what I want it to, which is epic. I would argue this handle's a little big. So let's adjust to that. Also, I have a snack, and I gotta freaking eat it, but I don't want to crunch. How's it going, Olympus? Big two-wheeler gun. Yeah, there's no double barrel, but it's definitely inspired to have that kind of vibe. That is definitely its stylistic origin is, you know, double barrel shotgun, double barrel shaddy. I need some bow and arrows. Yeah, I need some feathers. It's for the better. Cool. I love this little handle thing. Totally worked out, which we love. Okay, another thing that I want this gun to have is it's going to have a lot of green because it's a Vertex gun. So we want some sort of green contraption on here. Is it going to have a barrel? Not a barrel. A stock? If he holds it close to himself? Sorry, I keep bringing up the camera so you can kind of see that I'm doing reference stuff. If he's holding it close like this, and he has a stock... No, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll have a stock. Dang it. The stock was going to help me put something green on there. The stock was going to help me get something green, which I'm not going to have. Pump stocks are illegal in space. How's it going, Wizards? We were just talking about your art on the stream. Bald. Yeah, I don't have them downstairs with me, but I have a set of round glasses, and I get compared to Anthony Fantano a lot because with the glasses and the mustache and the shaved head, definitely all comes together in a very Fantano way. So I get that one a lot. Bald, bald, bald. My eyes. Yeah, I like SpongeBob. I was a SpongeBob kid. I was way more of like a SpongeBob YTV kid than I was like a Family Channel. I wasn't a Phineas and Ferb kid. I was a SpongeBob kid for sure. For sure. Glance up Bible at the station, 'cause I put loving on my application. Something special. This thing's so cool. This thing really brought a lot of life. At the station. Do 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 do. Does she have cuts to become bald? Yeah. Dude, I used to have dreadlocks. You guys want to see my dreads? Ooh. Does it have a laser? Ooh, that could be fun. Like a little like laser point, like a emits a laser. That could be cool. We got numbers in the title. Sorry, I'm just on my other screen right now. Trying to find what I'm trying to find. Why can't I find it? What? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, lock that door. There it is. Oh gosh. My goodness, 15, 16, something in the kitchen. Dude. There's me. There's me with my dreads. Do I look the same? Dude, my dreads were freaking lit. Look at that. Aura. Yeah, I used to have dreads. They were pretty sick. They were just too much work, man. It took so long. It took so long to just deal with them. Like, they looked great. They were so uncomfortable. There was so much work. Oh my gosh, it was too much. It was too much. You have dreads right now? Think about cutting them soon? Dude. You do not look the same. Yeah. I had dreads. They were just like, they were so uncomfortable and they were so not fun. Everything about them was just like inconvenience. Like I had to do like so much work just to keep them alive. Like constantly crocheting them, constantly like tweaking them, and then they were so uncomfortable. Like I had to like lay down on my pillow and it was just like so uncomfortable. The day that I cut them, I was so sad, right? I was so like oh man, they're so cool. They look so good and I worked so hard to get them to this point. And then I was like, it's just too much. I'm not having fun. They gotta go. And then I cut them. And the moment I cut them, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm free. You know what I mean? Like I could just like, my head could breathe in the best way. Like laid down on my pillow and it's just like so comfortable. Ever since then, I've tried to grow my hair again. And it's just like, nope, I don't care. It's too uncomfortable. I don't care about how it looks. It's not fun. I'm out. And then I rocked the short hair. And now I buzz my hair every like, I buzz my hair at least once every like 10 days. And I just like completely like laser it off. And it's the best because it's just like, it's just so comfortable. It's comfortable first that I don't care if it looks like he's bald. Like it's just like so convenient, and the convenience is everything. Ba-ba. Sorry, I'm working and I'm not paying attention. Those are not the same people for real. I believe I asked this question on animation before. I think it got lost because my stream videos became hidden. Yeah, feel free to ask again. How did Joseph physics my with object or character model? I'll show you that in a second after I finish reading chat and address your first thing that you said. The stream, some of the streams got removed from being on the channel publicly because if I open reference or I open something and YouTube scans it as like, oh, he's previewing trademarked content, which has happened before on stream, then it'll get like muted or whatever, and I just remove it because it's just not worth dealing with it. So if a stream randomly disappeared from history, it's because YouTube was like giving me trouble about it. Yeah, that is what happened there. And I'll answer your question in 1 second. I just want to get caught up. Here's gonna be free. Yeah, for real. Here's your codes to your lock journey. Thanks. I did what I could, but yeah, it just didn't become worth it. Ears are important than hair. Fair enough. Thinking going to head though. Have a good rest of the stream. Sounds good, Triggered. Have a good one. Drop. Jiggle physics. Somebody was it Chris? Yeah, Chris, you're asking about jiggle physics and how do I achieve it. I don't know what it's called in Blender. I think it's usually called like shape something. But in Maya, I use what's called blend shapes. So the way that it works is if we have a mesh here, we can duplicate it. And with this new mesh, I'll do these two because this one's going to give me trouble. With these new meshes, we have our original mesh that has our rig attached to it, and then we have a copy. And with the copy, I'm going to grab some of these vertices and move them around, which would, in the case of physics, be something moving up or down, hair bouncing up or down, that kind of thing. So now we have our second copy where things have moved around, right? And then we're going to go deform blend shape, which is going to remove this and plug in these changes to this mesh. And then with this mesh, we can see in the history I have a blend shape here. And I can toggle between the two that I just did where I have my changes that I can just key in between them. In theory, for jiggle physics, you could put joints inside of the character. So Torque has joints in her hair. And the joints, I use controllers to move those pieces of the mesh around. But for most stuff, I use blend shapes. And other 3D softwares have blend shapes as well that achieve the same thing. They just might not be called blend shapes. They might be called, I don't know. They might be, I don't know what they're called. They're called like shape something, but I don't know. But in Maya, they're called blend shapes, and that's what I use. Episode 2 of what? Episode 2 of an indie series that I'm currently making called SKIFTERS. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. The first episode is out, which is titled Courage of a Fool. I'm currently working on episode 2. And this is the only prop for episode 2 that I haven't made. So that's what we are making now. And then once it's done, then we can animate episode 2 until it's complete, which is lit. I said nothing's new, nothing's changed, I still need you. I'm about to hit the booth. Smoking something new. But that will taste all gone and fall off. That's a bad call. Left side up. I got it back on the way. What do you think of AI taking over animation in Sakuga? Thanks for the sub. Check out the pilot. In Blender's called Shaped Keys. There you go. Thank you, Mip. SKIFTERS was made to summon peeps like me from the art realm so that we can continue to draw pretty characters. It'd be cool. Heck yeah. Love that. Something that's going to outsmart him. Dude, I like that. I'm not worried about AI. I don't like AI. I don't like AI for many reasons. But I'm so not concerned about AI. And that isn't me. I'm not one of those people who are like, it looks like crap, because that's just not true. There's lots of AI that looks great. That's a great reason to hate it right now. If you just don't like how it looks, that's fine. But there's lots of AI that looks good. And if that was the only thing that was the problem, we'd be screwed, because AI is going to continue to keep looking better over time. That's fine. I don't really care that AI looks okay. But I'm not concerned. And the reason I'm not concerned is because there will always be a call for human-made stuff. There will always be people that don't care. You see them all the time in the comments of AI stuff being like, you're just mad because it looks good. But like, there will always be people that don't care, and you can't expect to change their minds. They're not creatives. That's fine. There will always be people, like everyone here, I'm sure, who will have a call for wanting human-made stuff. We aren't going away, right? I want human-made stuff. So there will always be a market, because we're here. We all want human-made stuff. So like, I'm not concerned about like AI taking my job. Some people totally should be concerned about AI taking their job, because AI is cheap and it's inexpensive to get AI to do it rather than having a human do it. That's a real thing. But am I worried for the industry, for like human stuff going away? Absolutely not. And as somebody who is not working for a company, nobody's employing me, I don't really have a job to lose, in a sense. So maybe that's a pretty privileged position for me to be in, where I'm making my work without profit, so I don't have to worry about getting my position outsourced to AI, because I don't have a position. The AI can't steal my job, because who's gonna fire me? Me? I'm not gonna replace myself with AI. So I am not concerned about AI for my own journey. But AI's here. It's not going away. It's here to stay. And you gotta find a way to be stoked about your stuff despite the fact that AI exists. Because I promise you, if you make your stuff and it looks like buns, I'm gonna watch that before I watch AI that looks good. And there will always be a market of people who want their stuff to be made by humans. So don't get hung up on it. I'll be damned if AI is going to encourage you to not work because you feel like there's no point because AI is getting good. That is cringe mindset, and you got to if any of you have that, you got to shake that fast. Because I'll watch your stuff. AI is an L. Look at this. You think AI could have made this? AI could have made that. Shut up. AI didn't make it. I frickin' made it. If AI wants to make it now because I've already done it, go for it. Old news. Been there, done that. Big L. Oh. AI watches defeat is so much to train for another 100 years. AI is gonna keep getting better, and I don't care. Go for it. Get better. I'm not gonna watch it either way. Yeah, I mean, AI can do anything. AI can write books. AI can do everything. Like, that's fine. There was always going to be a market for people who want human written books. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what, there's going to be a market for people that want to make stuff, want to employ humans, and humans that want to watch it made by humans. Like, there's no those people aren't going away, you know? Human creativity is like already most artists that are human don't get paid for their stuff. I'm barely getting paid for my stuff, and I'm here doing it despite the fact AI exists. You know what I mean? I don't like this sharpness. Yeah, I can't. It's true. You didn't make that gun because you used is made by Maya. Yeah, that's an argument that is not gonna take you very far. It's just like saying you didn't bake a cake because the farmer grew the flour. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't create every single raw material. You didn't power your house with electricity. Somebody else did, so you didn't make it. It's just a nothing argument to defend AI, because it's not about the tool you use. You can pretend that you're doing something with AI. That's fine. You'll see it all the time. You'll see all kinds of people going, I'm an AI artist, and they get all defensive because like they are making something, and for me, it's a respect thing. Okay, my favorite director, his name is Hiroyuki Imaishi. He made Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Promare, some pieces that I really like. Right, I've been watching his stuff for a long time, and at this point, I've been watching his stuff for so long that without having ever met him or heard him speak, quite frankly, I know what he likes. I know what he doesn't like. I know what parts he did a good job on. I know what parts he maybe, might think, hey, if I kind of missed the mark on this one. I know what projects get him excited. I know what pieces of projects get him excited because I have a connection with him. When I watch his work, I can see it on the screen. I'm like, oh, I know what makes this guy tick. That is such a cool and special interaction between the creator and myself. Like, even having heard him talk, I know exactly where his taste lies because I've been watching him do it for so long, and he has so much style and presence that like he telegraphs to me, and it's not because of his style, because you could have AI make this thing in Hiroyuki Imaishi style. You could totally do it, and AI would study his work and make something like that. The difference is this connection that I have is able to talk to me as a viewer as to what this person's intention was. I know what he set out to do. I know what he wanted to make. I know how he wanted it to look. And then he went and did it. And now it's like, even if there's projects that I don't like, there's projects of his, there's works of his that I don't like. There's parts of his style and his taste that doesn't align with mine. And he has projects that I straight up just don't like, which is totally fine. But he has a vision, he has taste, he has something he wants to do, and then he set out and he did it. That's awesome. Once you show me a piece of something that's made with AI, and let's say I don't know it's made with AI, and I'm like, this looks pretty good. Then I learn, oh yeah, I'm glad you like it. It was made with AI. You know what happens to me? The art doesn't become bad looking. That would be disingenuous of me to take it back and say, oh, no, it doesn't look good. But what you've done is you've telegraphed to me as a creative that you don't care about your work. And you looked at it and said, this would be cool. I have an idea. All these AI people have an idea. And then they're like, okay, let me make it. That would be too hard. What's the easiest, fastest way that I could just crap this out without having to put in any actual work? And then they make it in AI. And that's not to say, you see people that I'll say that, and people will say something like that, and then they'll say, well, I'd like to see you try to make it in AI because like prompting is really hard. And it's like, sure, and a guy that makes something with AI knows how to do it better than I do. But like, you've talked to me, just like Hiroyuki Maishi talks to me, by creating your work in AI to telegraph that you don't really care about it enough to hone your craft and put the work into making something special. You went the short route. You went the quickest route because you wanted your product to be done. You don't care about how the art looks. And once you've done that, you've completely lost my respect as a creative, and I'm out. Regardless of if your thing looks quote unquote good. It's way more about the connection that I have with the human being on the other side of the screen than like the finished product. I'm yapping up a storm. Sorry, I'm not reading. Oh gosh, I've so not been reading. It almost made me stop. I'm going to keep making my stuff, but certainly going to be doing my part in fighting back, supporting fellow artists. Yeah, do it. Support fellow artists. Fellow artists support you, and consume stuff that you like. And honestly, if you don't care about that connection and you want to watch AI, go for it. I really don't care. But I do care that the stuff that I watch is made by a passionate individual, and no matter how much an AI creator will tell me they are, you've lost me when you say that you're a passionate individual making something in AI. I'm out. Completely out instantly. But yeah, not worried. Make Star Wars reference. I made a Star Wars animation before, but yeah, it is hidden away. He likes bright colors, fluid motions, and his face with mechas. There you go. That's it. Churn it out, AI. 13 years of practice. Jeez. Is that a Rick and Morty portal gun? It is not. Yeah, exactly. It just kind of like removes the wind from my sails. Are you trying to other racing car shows like Motor City or Oban Star Racers? I've never heard of Oban Star Racers. I watched a little bit of Motor City way back. I like the Fast and Furious franchise. Some of them are really bad, but some of them are really good. So I like Fast and Furious. That would be the closest like racing thing I can think of that I enjoy. There's something I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, Rick and Morty. I tried to watch Rick and Morty too. Didn't like it. I couldn't. Something about the style of comedy just rubbed me the wrong way. I watched a little bit of it and I was like, I don't get it, and then I stopped watching. So if the style of comedy doesn't mesh with my brain, then I'm out. When it's something that's supposed to be funny. It's not that Rick and Morty isn't funny. Like, I'm not going to go out and say that I know anything about comedy. But the style of comedy just made me like, what? I don't get it. And I stopped watching. Comedy's so freaking hard. I felt the same way about One Punch Man. Everybody was like, One Punch, when it came out. And I was like, all right, I gotta see what this One Punch Man biz is all about. And I watched it and I was like, I don't get it. I don't think it's funny. I don't understand. Am I crazy? I felt crazy with One Punch Man. Literally everyone was like, it's so good, it's so funny. And I'm like, I genuinely it's like I get the bit where he's just like, oh, I'm so like chill, and everyone around me is so crazy, and that's like the contrast is like the whole joke. And I was like, this was funny for 10 seconds, and I hate it now. Just what I don't get it straight up. I felt like a lunatic when the way that everyone was talking about One Punch, and I was like, am I insane for not liking this show? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Actually, like to hear other opinions of the matter. Crazy. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not going anywhere. Please. You can worry about AI, in this stance of like, oh, I don't want to lose my job because I'm working at whatever. That's totally a real fear. Like, I absolutely respect it. But don't let the existence of AI alienate you from creating something because you feel like there's no point. There is absolutely a point. And there's way more of a point than monetary gain. I've been animating for 8 years, and I am cash negative. It's the most fulfilling thing in my history of anything that I've ever enjoyed. Animation is extremely fulfilling for me, and it has nothing to do with the cash flow, because trust me, as an indie creator, the cash flow is pretty minimal. But yeah, don't let AI stop you from making. What do we think? How do we feel about this? I feel like it's looking really good. It's very Borderlands. I feel like it's very like Borderlands 1 and 2. I think I'm ready to start putting color on it to see how the profile is going to turn out. But I think it looks really good. I think the whole thing could be a little bigger, with the exception of the handle, because it has to fit in his hand. So let's maybe bigify some of this. Just a touch, just a hair, just a little wisp. Nope, that was too much. Let's leave it. And let's bring somebody else into the scene to see how practical it is. April. Because April is the smallest. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Look at this. She's even smaller than I thought. She's so tiny. Do you like Cowboy Bebop? I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop either. I'm really bad at watching stuff, man. I haven't seen it, but everybody in the world is like, you got to see it. And I think that I'll enjoy it. I just haven't gotten around to it. A little more detail. Yeah, we're going to add a little more detail. I agree. I was phenomenally animated out of curiosity. Did you like Mob Psycho? I felt it carried the chill. Yeah, I tried watching Mob because that's what people said. They were like, oh, if you didn't like One Punch for those reasons, you'll like Mob. And then I was like, okay. And then I watched the first few episodes, and I couldn't shake the One Punchness of it all. I could smell it on it, and it drove me nuts, and I stopped watching. So I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, I haven't watched a Mob Psycho, and I haven't watched a single second of Cowboy Bebop, but its reputation precedes it. I'm definitely going to watch it. It's on my list, but I have not yet watched it. It's on my list, dude. April is so small. Yeah, look at this thing. It's so ridiculous. Oh, dude. Hold up. I have a little notepad. I'm going to write down an idea that I'm having. I'm writing it down so that I don't spoil it. Oh, that's so good. This thing is freaking awesome. Okay. We're vibing. I'm really happy with how the profile looks. Really happy with the shape. Really happy with the size. Really happy. Really happy. Freaking love it. Yeah, so somebody else was mentioning that it needs more detail. Donut Man. Yeah, we're going to add some screws and stuff. We're going to take some more pieces of this thing with these little these little screws. Next step we're going to do right now is we're going to put base color on it, and then we're going to find moments that need detail, and we're going to add our sights, our little hollow sights. So we're going to do that next, and then the next step is adding detail, and then the next step is rigging it, which is just going to be a little parenting hierarchy, which we'll get to when we get there. But yeah, really happy with how this is looking right now. I need to go to the washroom, and I need to quickly eat my snack. So we're just going to take a 5-minute break. So in the meantime, I did this last time. This was fun. I'm just going to play one of my previous works. And we can all watch it while I quietly eat and go to the bathroom. You know what? There's actually some people that haven't watched the pilot. So let's rip it. Let's rip it. That gives me 10 minutes to eat and run to the washroom. Booyah. Let's go. If you haven't seen the pilot yet, welcome. I'm going to make sure it's not super loud. So I don't blast your guys' ears. Okay. Something like that. Maybe a little louder. We'll play that while I get my snack. But I'm going to quickly get caught up on chat, and then I'm going to rip that. Watch it. I will. Size of a microbe. Yeah, dude, for real. It's harder than the train. Is this Cowboy Bebop that's a little slow in the middle? I'm going to watch it. I'm totally going to watch it. And I got to watch Akira. I haven't watched Akira yet. Some Subway Surfers. Get Subway Surfers playing on the side of the pilot. He probably has a gun name first. She has a gun. It's called. It's this other one that's in the scene. It's called the Hyoarashi, which is Japanese for, I believe it's hailstorm. It's been a while since I've named it, but I think it's called the hailstorm. But it's in Japanese the Hyoarashi. Just forget what that means. First would have been good. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, and well, I'll be back when the pilot's over. So you got 10 minutes before I'm back. Did you watch Neon Genesis Evangelion? Put a pin in that, because I have big thoughts on that show. I've talked about it before. I have tried to watch it, but I have problems with the show. Anyway, I'll be back.
Marvelous catch, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes! My spark grows ever stronger. You've dropped your skift again, brother.
Indeed, brother. My spark is reset yet again.
Fret not, brother. While your skift may move faster as your spark grows, with each passing failure, you grow ever stronger! Oh, look, brother. Witness the beauty of my achievement. Bask in its glory, brother.
It is you, dear brother, who will bask in the glory of my achievement! No, I won't be bested. No. No!
Huh? Huh, an old skift. Looks like you lost your spark a long time ago, eh, little buddy? Huh? Oh, that spark! It's huge! Huh?
Don't touch that! Driver! Man, that was a close one. What the heck is your problem, dude? Don't you know any better than to touch another person's skiff? It could have cost me my spark.
What are you hitting me for? Oh gosh, dude, my head is pounding. Oh my gosh! A 5th generation Agaraboshi! This thing is such a gangster ride. And it's got the Star Hopper package. Oh, I'm gonna pass out. It's got a fully kitted expansion bridge system, a quick lock 1050 shifter with the full flex second track expansion, adjustable speed rail tolerance, Jinsu exhaust, a race face liquid cooled cup holder, jumbo sized.
Only the best. All right, I gotta go catch my skiff, dude. I'll see ya.
Is that a polished pressed windshield? You don't even need wipers with this kind of finish.
I'd stand clear if I were you.
All my life I've been rummaging around for parts to come up with even half the ship that this is and get off this dirt planet once and for all. Perhaps this encounter exists as a beacon of hope for that which could be, or perhaps it's a cruel omen, here to taunt me with unfulfilled dreams no closer than they were yesterday. Oh, destiny, why is it that my pending fate rests so uncertain and seemingly motionless? And just like that, a beautiful girl in the car of my dreams gently cradled me in destiny's embrace as we ascended towards the heavens. But where would this strange journey lead me to next?
Who the heck are you talking to?
Nobody! Shut up!
Get in here.
Oh man, this thing is seriously rad! Is that a Trackcat 250 steering wheel?
Buzz off! We're about to exit the stratosphere. Not now.
Do you think it would be cool if I just...
Here.
What is this, blue raspberry? Oh man.
That's more like it.
So where are we going?
Well, I gotta go catch my skiff, but I try not to spend all my time cramped up in here if I can help it.
Oh, wait. Where are you really going? Whoa.
I'm Torque.
Flip.
What?
Oh, I said Flip. That's my name. My name's Flip.
Oh, word. You cool if I just drop you off at the next system?
Nah, just go where the green lights take me. What about you? You're not actually just a skifter, are you?
You bet I am. I'm gonna catch up to the great skiff in the sky, and when I do, I'm gonna pass it with my own skiff. What's so funny?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just that I've never heard someone who believed in all that old great skifter stuff. That the universe was created by a skiff that was thrown so fast that the pressure of its drag birthed existence itself. Not only do you believe in all that stuff, but you actually think you're gonna pass a skiff that's supposedly on the edge of space, endlessly expanding the universe? I'm sorry, I've just never heard someone with such a crazy take.
Well, you've never met me.
Huh? What's that?
Trouble. Come on!
Whoa! What's going on? Who is that?
Well, if it isn't my stupid sister Torque. Dad says it's time to quit the stupid great skifter crap, return the Nagaraboshi, and come home.
Get lost, April. I got a skiff to catch.
Gonna cut my transmission, eh? Well, Dad paid for a couple upgrades for my Hanso Yari. You're not gonna outrun me this time, Torque.
That's my little sister, April. Her and my dad have been trying to get me to come home. Fortunately, her Hanso Yari is no match for the Nagaraboshi. She's gonna try to get to my skiff before I do. As you know, if anyone else touches it, the spark will die and I'll lose all my momentum. April thinks if she destroys my skiff, I'll come home and our perfect little family will be restored. But I'm not gonna stop until I pass the great skiff.
You hear that, bozo? What? We're gonna pass the great skiff and there's nothing you can do about it.
You sure changed your tune fast.
Well, that's because your dream is my dream now. Because we're best friends.
My dream is your dream?
You know, I'm getting real sick and tired of all this stupid skifter crap. I don't care if you convinced your new little friend of your delusions. This is your last chance to cut out the skifter crap before I absolutely gap you.
Yeah, good talk, April.
That was your last chance, Torque. Time to accelerate!
shift! Crap, she's gonna get to it before me! Do you know how to set up a Viper Bite nitrous package?
The beautiful girl asked me if I knew how to set up a Viper Bite nitrous package. Like an intake manifold being asked if it could evenly distribute air to its neighboring pistons, my heart was filled with confidence in my ability to execute my primal nature.
Just get down there, bonehead!
Aye, Captain!
Well, it looks like the Nagaroboshi is out and the Hanzo Yari's in. Maybe after all this is over, we can have a race down Power Street like old times. I'd ask Dad to buy you a faster ride first if you want a shot at being the new champ.
I won the last race we had!
You know you left the line early! None of that matters now. Once your spark dies and you've got as little hope as you've got momentum, everything will be back to normal. I'm gonna bring you home whether you like it or not. This is over, Torque.
Flip, how's it coming? We need that Viper Bite like now!
I'm working on it!
Flip!
I'm almost done! Yo, it comes with a sticker! You, my little friend, are gonna go just like that, and we are done. That's a pretty swag mama stuff right there. Man, this expanse bridge system is absolutely wild.
You sure you set up that nitrous properly?
Relax, baby girl, I know what I'm doing.
Alright. Better hold on to something! Take the wheel!
Aye, Captain!
Just keep it steady!
You got it!
Not again.
Did she manage to catch her skift again?
She did. She's on her way to its next low point.
I have a gift for you, April. This is Hyoarashi. It will give you the final reach you need to destroy Torque's skift and bring your sister home to us once and for all.
Thank you, Father. I won't let you down.
I would hope not again.
That's the last time you embarrass me in front of Dad, Torque. I will restore this family, even if it's at the expense of your dreams.
You just watched the first episode of Skifters. Will Torque reach the great skift in the sky, or will April stop her?
Yeah. Come on. We all know how it goes. We've all been there, baby. Heck yeah. Pretty stoked with how the pilot turned out. And now we continue to frickin' rock. Yeah, we're gonna keep rocking. Episode 2, baby. We're on it. We're rocking. We're frickin' yeeting ourselves. We are going to keep rolling with this prop. Excuse me. Burping like a psycho. There was something we were going to talk about. Evangelion. Important talk, Waffle. Evangelion. Okay. Yes. Evangelion. I am a big Hiroyuki Imaishi fan. And that was one of his early works. He worked at Gainax and was a key animator. I think a key animator. Anyway, he worked on that show. And the first show that I really loved of any anime was Gurren Lagann, which is a mecha by the same studio that made Evangelion. And that was his directorial debut. So I think he was just an animator on Evangelion. And then he got to make that show, Gurren Lagann, which I have my own problems with, but I like it very much. So I really liked Gurren Lagann. And then sorry, I'm trying to do this and chat at the same time. Really liked Gurren Lagann. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go watch all this guy's stuff. So I really liked Kill la Kill. There was some stuff of his that I did not like. I don't like Panning and Stalking. Sex and Violence at Mach Speed was okay. I really like Space Patrol Luluco. And then I got to Evangelion. And I watched that. And because I was like, everybody loves the show. It's critically acclaimed. Yada, yada. I can't sleep on it. I got to watch it. So I watched it. I freaking hated it. I hated it. And at first, I was like, okay, let's just watch it and try to enjoy it. And not knowing anything about it, right? I started doing that, started watching it, and I was just like, okay, this is really slow, which isn't the end of the world. Like, I don't mind if it's slow. I don't mind things that are slow per se, but I was like, okay, this is like really slow. And then it went from slow to like dreary. Like, everything was so dreary and sad and just like such a bummer. And I was just like, okay, like I watched like 3 episodes and I turned it off. I was like, that was what a piece of garbage. Like, it's just so depressing, right? And then time went on and I was like, everybody loves Evangelion and everybody's calling me insane for not liking Evangelion. Clearly I'm missing something, right? I got to be missing something. So then I watched it again. And this time I got to maybe like 6 or 7 episodes and I was like, no one is likable. Everybody is such a sad sack of crap. And I hear the argument all the time that it's like, well, back in the day, like, people didn't do that. Like, that was revolutionary. And I totally get that. But for my taste, I just can't deal with how gloomy it is, dude. Everybody's so gloomy. So then I stopped watching it. I was like, frickin', I just don't like it. I'm just turning it off. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm in the wrong headspace for it. And then I went back a third time. I was like, I am committing. I'm going to sit down and watch this whole freaking show, and I don't care if I don't like it. I'm going to stop being a baby, and I'm going to watch it. And I got like 6 or 7 episodes in, and I was like, people are psychotic. I'm done feeling alienated over not liking this show. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if people like it. I don't care if I don't get it. I don't like it. And I just need to like respect my own taste, that it's just like, stop beating myself up for not liking the show that everyone likes, because it's just too depressing. It's way too depressing. And I hear the argument like all the time. It's like, yeah, well, that's the point. Like, they did such a good job, like with like social anxiety and all these like things that they tried to emulate, and like it was so avant-garde. Like no one was doing that, and they did it so well. And it's like, cool, that's great. I don't like horror movies for the same reason. I don't like being scared. I don't want to simulate emotions that are not positive, even if it does a good job of painting the picture. I understand that show makes a lot of people feel seen, and it makes a lot of people feel good, and a lot of people just respect the crap out of it. And I'm not here to say that it's bad. My taste is just like, this show makes me sad, and not even sad. It just makes me depressed and bummed, and that's not how I like to feel, and I'm not watching it. So I don't like Evangelion at all. It's just too much. Like, there's no, like, Gurren Lagann. I don't know if you guys have seen Gurren Lagann, but Gurren Lagann has the same character as Shinji. I think his name is Shinji. Is Simo. He's depressed and sad, and that's like his whole bit. And there's lots of depressing bits in that show. But everything else about it is so filled with light, especially Kamina, that just like, it's just like, yeah, Shinji, a.k.a. Simo, things suck, but get the frick off your butt and do something about it and rock despite the fact that things suck, you scumbag. And then that's what happens. And it's like, yes, it's so fulfilling to be like, yeah, kick logic to the curb, hit the gritty. I don't give a frick that things suck. You know what I mean? Evangelion lacked the payoff for things sucking in such a dramatic fashion that I just cannot stand watching it. And maybe it pays off later in the series, but it's not worth it. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I know I was blabbering on about it. Did you like Space Patrol Luluco? Dude, I love Space Patrol Luluco so much. It goes from end of the world to depression and then pure insanity. Yeah, it's just too much. Do you prefer watching anime with a pal or by yourself? I watch by myself. I don't really ever watch anime with people. Sometimes I watch it with my wife. My wife and I watched Attack on Titan, which I didn't finish. But most of the time I watch by myself. Yeah. It's too depressing. How's it going, Shadow? Darren Unfolded. Going good. How's it going, Dead Die Bros. Dead DY. My bad. Yeah. I don't like when a show is sad. That's so not true. I'm taking that back immediately. I really like some sad stuff. There's lots of sad things I can think of that are great, but they're redeemed by moments or eeks of light around the sadness that makes them worth watching. And that payoff just didn't exist for Evangelion. It was the like anime equivalent of like getting sucked down into the mud and dying there. It's like, that is not what a fun space mecha fight should be. I don't like that show. So if you like it, great. So not here to say that it has any like mechanical problems. It's purely a taste thing. If the show doesn't make me feel good, I don't want to watch it, and that show makes me feel bad, so I don't watch it. Gotta go. Sounds good, Gabriel. What do you think about Megalobox? Have you ever watched it? Never heard of it. Teacher for real, but I think you'd rather not watch. I just really want to watch it this year, not alone. Fair enough. Pour it apart. Want to give you this? C'est quoi? The mechs are cool. Dude, aesthetically, the Evangelion aesthetic, the visual world is so stellar. The mechs look so good. It looks fantastic. It's like a new anime that just mechas on crack. I don't remember the name now. I can list off in like 10 minutes, in 10 seconds, every single anime I've watched because I have not watched a lot. And it's not a good thing. I'll explain why in a sec. I see you're painting a path to happiness. Don't let anybody taint your road to happiness with the ego of sorrow. Keep on grinding. You're amazing. Have a nice day and stay safe and enjoy life. Thank you so much, Shadow Prism. That was really nice. I shall. I'll keep on the grind. I'll keep on the path to joy grind, and appreciate your encouragement. You have a great day. What were we talking about? We were talking about anime. Honestly, I enjoy anime, but I would consider myself less of an anime fan in general and more of just like a cartoon, more of a things fan. Like, I don't just watch anime or just watch whatever. When I watch anything that I enjoy, I find myself getting hyped up, and then I stop watching and I go like get to work because I get all amped up. I'm like, oh, this is so gangster. Okay, I'm gonna go work on something because I like can't sit still. So I haven't watched a lot of stuff because when I start watching stuff, I get distracted by the desire to make stuff, and then I stopped watching. So I've watched pretty much all of Hiroyuki Maishi's works. I wasn't really a huge fan of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I really like Kill la Kill. I really like Promare. I really like... what do I really like? I really like Attack on Titan. I haven't finished it yet, but I intend to finish it. That show is really good. How about this one, I think? Booyah. There's no white like April's gun, which I don't really love. We have to get that on here somehow. Maybe we'll make the main frame white. Let's try that. I really liked Beyond the Boundary. I really like a lot of anime movies. I like a few of Hayao Miyazaki's movies. I like Howl's Moving Castle. What else? Like Howl's Moving Castle. There's another one I like of his. Oh, I really like Ponyo. Ponyo frickin' rules. I really like, there's a movie called Silent Voice. That movie frickin' rules. That's a great example of a sad thing that I enjoy. I really like Your Name. Yeah. What else? I watched a little bit of My Hero Academia, but I don't like watching stuff that's long. So I fall like they made season 1 and I was like, this is sick. And then they made season 2 and I was like, okay, I'll get around to it. And then they made like season 3 before I even finished season 2 and I was like, I'm out. But I was enjoying that. I don't like watching long shows because it's just too much. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Potions time to get your potions. Potions said I need them if I'm to be successful in the battle. I don't really like the white on this right now, but we'll see if it grows on us. Animation was really good of Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, I can't really talk about it without spoiling it. I'm not going to spoil it. I didn't like the ending for my own reasons. And it's not like that anybody died or anything happened or like it's just like the general vibe, the message of the anime was very like dreary, and it was not a good. It was not a payoff that made me feel good in a similar way to Evangelion, where I was just like, cool, I could have not watched this and been less bummed out. Like the whole thing was like, don't bite off more than you can chew because you might not be able to handle it. And then it's like, oh, he's totally going to handle it. And then it ends and you're like, okay, well, that was a waste of my time. I didn't like Cyberpunk just because of the writing. The first half, I was really enjoying it. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have watched this. This is not the payoff that I wanted it to be, which is fine. It can't all be that way. Speaking of shoddy, I am. Ours should watch A Whisper of the Heart. It dissects an artist's journey about interesting. Never heard of it, but that sounds pretty lit. Maybe like the ending. I like Cyberpunk till the end. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say who or what, but like characters die in Cyberpunk. Lots of characters die in Cyberpunk. I don't mind that. I like that. It gives you an awesome feeling of like, dang, like I really liked them, and it's so memorable and awesome. Like I don't mind when characters die. It's more about like the general like messaging was very like. It's usually like things are dreary, but we're gonna make them okay, and that's awesome. And this was very like things are dreary, they suck. The end. It was very like what? Like seriously? Like I didn't feel like a healthy emotional, like, oh, that's so gutting. It was more like a frustrated, like, that's what we were watching, is that's the takeaway, is that sometimes things suck and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, what the hell is that? That is not. That's just like, why? I don't get it. Why set out to make something like that? You know? Dislike. Cyberpunk. Big L. Big L. Every night and every night and every night. Yeah, I really don't like this white on this gun. Straight up. I'm going to put it back to what it was when I did like it. And see if we can make it not cringe. Maybe it's the barrel I don't like. Because I don't like that either. I think it might be this disconnect that I don't like. You know what'll make this a little easier is if we group these and open the barrel up. I never go away. I'll be here every day. Okay, maybe I do like the white. There's something wrong. There's something I don't like. I don't really know what it is. Is it the handle? Is it too dark? Bits to the rivets. Try the white magazine or white stock or wooden stock. Jeez. We got a lot of stuff to try. Yeah, it just feels too separated. I don't like the white stock because the whole thing is that, like, when you're looking at it, like, I want, like, this white should feel like plastic. It's almost like a plastic, like, Nerf gun frame. And then we have steel and metal and squishy, and it's all kind of separating into different families. And something about this is wrong. It might be this. There we go. I think that was my problem. Yeah, there we go. The green, it was disconnecting it somehow. It was separating these families. We have like green here, green there, jumping over this black line, and they never really connect. Like the fact that the bottom side is lighter, that looks way better. We'll just get more green on it in a different way. I'm thinking about having some sort of bandolier on the gun itself so that you can see like the rounds and stuff. Yeah, that's way better. And I'm wondering if we want two of these things. If we want one on either side. I kind of like the fact that it's asymmetrical. Episode coming out soon. Yeah, as soon as it's done, it'll be out. Okay, way better. Let's see what the silhouette looks like with one of these on either side. I do like that. I didn't think I would. I don't like that it's symmetrical. So I think we put something... Oops. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Whoa. We crashed. I don't think I lost anything off of that, to be honest. Do you prefer bittersweet things? I can't really think of a lot of things that are bittersweet that I enjoy. I do like salty things. I like savory things more than I like sweet things. All right, Maya crashed. Let's see what we got. Gun 2, 1159. Cool, we didn't lose anything. Beautiful. Crashes are always scary. Yeah, it's exactly where we were. Epic. Okay. Let's back it up just in case we crash again. It's been a while since we've done that. Yes, we need to get some more green on this thing. I agree. And I think we're going to achieve that with the ammo. The ammo that we're going to put in this thing is definitely going to be green. And I think we're going to store it on the gun somewhere. So they'll either be like on top or on this. Oh, that's something we could do on the... no, we can't do that. The thing is, they're huge. They're gigantic. Let's get this cleaned up, first of all. The rounds are going to be mahoosive, if you will. So we need to make one, and then we're going to make a device that will store them appropriately. And if it can't fit on the gun, then we'll put it on Idris somewhere. But for that note I wrote down earlier, my secret note, I think I want them to be on the gun for secret, fun spoiler reasons. Lesser known Miyazaki films are often slept on, so if you can point you to them. I haven't looked at Belle or Ride Your Wave, but Ride Your Wave is on my list. Oh, bittersweet endings. Sorry. I thought you were talking about food. Bittersweet. I think that's... I don't think so. I can't think of many good examples. And one that I'm thinking of... The only one that I'm thinking of is I would consider the Cyberpunk Edge Runners ending we were just talking about being bittersweet. Because there's definitely good things that came out of the ending. There was some resolve that was like, yay. And I don't like it. So I would confidently say... I couldn't confidently say yeah, unless I had thought of some more examples, because surely there's one that I do like. I really like... I really like Beyond the Boundary. And I guess that's just sweet. It's not really bittersweet. So... No, I don't think I do. I think I like sweet endings. Kill la Kill is a bittersweet ending, and I like that show a lot. But I don't know if I really love the ending. How's it going, Gabriel? Welcome back. Yeah, I don't mind sadness or sorrow, like in, healthy doses. I think that character deaths can be really fun. And then when I say fun, obviously it's not fun, but like a fun way to make you realize how much you like the character. Like a bittersweet moment. I like bittersweet moments per se. But I can't say that I like it when the ending leaves me going, oh, dang it. I wish it was like this instead. But bittersweet moments are pretty great. I hope it was sooner than later. When's the next time? Oops, that's a little off-centered. Hot topic. Invaders emerge. How did I F this up? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's create our site, because that's going to add some green. And then we'll make our ammo, because that's going to add some green. and then we'll make our details once our final colors and profiles are done. 'Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now? Last train to Awesome Town. Five different nachos. 5 different nachos. Something like that. Is my stream okay? I think I have to restart that.